Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. What we're going to be doing today is setting up a premium system. Uh, it's basically going to be the same thing like our lock command, but let's go ahead and get this started. We're going to set up an add, a remove, and a check. So today, we're going to create the database here. We're going to call it premium. So we're going to do our if not exists, and we're going to do premium. We're going to do guild, and we're actually going to lock this to show a specific person as well. So if there's any issues, the person that opens a ticket, all you do is you could see, okay, that person, that's the person that owns it, or well, owns the subscription. We're going to call them the auth ID. We'll probably make more use of this on another video, probably our next video. So there'll be a reason why it's called auth ID. So now we're going to actually get into the code. So let's go ahead and create a new file. This one's going to be in the moderation folder, as this is going to be a mod command basically. We're going to lock it down to just my ID in this one. You can lock it down to your admins or whoever you want, but I'm just going to lock it specifically to me. You could also do a config with like an array of IDs. You can do stuff like that as well, but we won't go over that in this video. So what I'm going to do here, this is kind of a Copilot cheat, which is another reason why you should get Copilot. So what I'm doing is I'm going to be copying this, and I'm actually going to move it over into this in a moment, and it helps Copilot know, okay, this is his structure. So, you know, when it pops up like this, you'll see it, and it pops up correctly. So we're going to only have it with the user. Let's actually add an option as well to do the guild as well. So we can premium that guild specifically as well. We're going to change that to premium. And then it's saying the execute's got a red line. Let's close this off really quick and then we'll fix that. Here, we'll just do this for now. Pretty sure that's wrong, but let's get down the line real quick. All right. And you saw I jumped ahead a little bit. I just slapped that in there for Copilot. So we're going to do an if not interaction.user.id equals to mine. Let me go ahead and grab mine. There we go. And you technically don't need to do the little curly brackets. I do it. It's preference. And you're just going to return saying you're not the bot owner. Mine is I'm not the bot owner. Well, they're not the bot owner. You can set that to whatever you want. This is where you're going to get your options. You're going to declare your options as constants. And then we're going to do the database check right there. So basically what that is the select star is select everything from premium where the guild is that guild. We're going to do the if no data, or if data, sorry. And then right outside of that is where we're going to actually do the insert. And that's going to be where it puts in the data to the database. And then it's going to reply. We're going to do a very basic reply at first. We will start changing things to embeds in this video. So now let's just clean this up just a little bit. All right, and let's open this up. I'm pretty sure this is going to fail, but we're going to see. We're going to run register as this is a new command. Yep, it failed. It's going to be because of that that parenthesis. I kind of just slapped it in there. So we're going to actually remove that one, and we're going to put this one up here where it should technically be. And now we should be good to go. Let's re-register. Yep, good to go. All right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to start up the program. Well, yeah, the bot. All right, and then when this says ready, we're going to go ahead and hop over to Discord. And, all right, let's go. So we're going to run the command. This is just the premium ad. We're going to do the guild here. Let's just grab this one. This is just my test server. So we're going to slap that in there. And then for the user, I'm just going to do me. Why not? And let's see, it should say premium added. There we go. So the command does work. It looks horrible, but we're going to go ahead and fix that. So let's go ahead and head back to VS Code. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and check the database. As you can see, the guild ID did save and the auth ID did save. You always want to make sure that it's actually saving. The message will send saying that it's successful, but with SQLite, you always want to make sure. It won't error you if it doesn't actually input. As long as the syntax is right, it's just going to say it did it. So we're going to lower that terminal just a little bit here. So we're going to actually create an embed because that, that reply content, that's horrible. We're going to get into doing it into embeds. Here we go. We're actually going to change the color. Yeah, we could do green. No, we're gonna do random. We're gonna keep it random. You never know what you're gonna get. That's always the fun part. Might be green, it might be orange. You'll never know. So we're gonna format so it looks a little better. And then what we're gonna need to do too is where the content's showing, we're gonna have to edit that out. Let's put a timestamp on it. I always timestamp all of my embeds. It's just a habit. And then let's actually add in the description, we're going to actually put the user as well. And remember, you got to do the money sign and the brackets, and then do the user.id, or no, sorry, user.username to get the username of the player or person. You guys will have to forgive me. I've been working on other projects. So here and there, I'm thinking player, but I keep forgetting this is Discord related. It's not players. It's just, members. And this is where we're going to add in the embed. And we're going to actually take away the ephemeral. Just because when you add it to somebody, it's nice for them to see, hey, they actually did the work. It's added. You always want to have that. It just makes them feel a little better. So now we're actually going to do the remove. And it's going to be pretty much the same code, except instead of doing the insert into, you're just removing. So we're going to require the / command builder again. And we're going to do our module exports here. And, well, yeah, premium remove, that's fine. And then here we're going to put, yeah, that'll work, the guild ID. And what's this one want? User, yeah, that's good to go. Okay, yeah, we can do that. That's perfect, actually. But what we will do is we're going to actually change this portion. And then we're going to change this instead of user option, because the user may not already be in the Discord. We're going to change it to a string option. User option basically uses the people in your Discord. String option will just take the user's ID, and as long as you handle the ID correctly, you're good to go. They don't have to be in the server. I'll make a blacklist command sometime and show you that. So I'm going to grab my ID again over here. Let me actually just grab the whole line. Why not? I'm going to have to type it anyways. So we're going to backspace a little bit, and we're going to slap that in. And look at that. Copilot already knew what time it was. Let's clean that up just a little bit. So we're going to get our variables again from our options. And this one, there we go. We're going to call it by the guild. And then we're going to do if node data. You're just going to tell them, hey, this guild's not premium. It's not going to work. I'm thinking real quick. Normally I code before the project, but this one I just kind of jumped into it. So this one, now we're going to do the delete where the guild, where guild and auth ID is. And now we're going to create the embed for it. There are cleaner ways to do this. I'm just doing it this way because it's simpler for people learning, but there are ways you could do like add fields, stuff like that per option. So, trying to think real quick. Just skimming through the code really quick just to make sure it looks adequate enough for a trial. Let's change these to false. Just because later on, if you guys want to specify, hey, you know, I just want to I want to pull it by this user because you don't know the guild ID, then you're good to go. We're going to set it up for only guild ID, but you'll see how we did it, and you can change it to the user ID as well. It's just an if-else statement. You can technically do it in a switch as well. I highly recommend switches. Switches are amazing. Let me see, what else do we got? That's pretty much it. Let's see this really quick. Okay. So we're actually going to test this out really quick, and let's see what happens. All right. So now that we're back in Discord, we're going to go ahead and run the command. So now as you see that we have two options. They're optional. We're going to do guild. And we're going to actually, let me grab my guild's ID again. Paste that sucker in there. And there we go. Now, my username is null. It's showing null. That's why. Yeah, fun stuff, right? So let's go back to this. Let's go back to VS Code. And now we're going to check to see if it removed it. It did not remove it. So, like I said, with Better SQLite 3, the command will run, but it does not mean it actually did its functionality. So now we're going to see why it didn't do it. It's somewhere in the delete. Fun stuff right there. Okay, yeah. So we ran it differently than it should be. We just need the guild on this. Yeah, it was checking for a user ID, and the user's ID was basically not there. So that means it is not going to work properly. So now let's go ahead. We're going to head back over to Discord and test this version. This version should delete it. And there we go. It says it was removed. So now let's go and check the database and make sure that it actually removed it this time. So let's go ahead, click the database. And there we go. Poof, it's gone. So you see now why it's also important to always double check your database callings with SQLite 3. or just SQL period, to be honest. So now, let's see. Let me add premium back. Actually, I'm gonna re-add it to this server. I'm wondering, will this actually work? Let's see. Will that actually keep that data? Oh no. Okay. Yep, that's a fail. So we're just gonna do it this way. And let me paste this in. I gotta get it again. There we go. And yeah, sure. Yeah, YouTube, you are now the official premium member of the Discord. Look at that. Sweet. You get to talk to a bot if there's ever problems. All right. So now that that's good to go, we should be heading back over to Visual Studio Code, and we're going to get the rest of this sorted out. All right. So you can see it's back in the database again, which is great. That means our function is working. So now we're going to go ahead. We're going to actually make one for community, and it's just going to be a premium check. We're going to have it simple. This is going to be very simple. So we're going to do /command builder as usual. And then we're going to make up the module. Yep. That does say premium remove. Come on, Copilot. This literally says premium check is the name. Come on now. There we go. It caught on. And should we do it by guild? That technically would give users access to other servers premium. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. For some reason, it just screams privacy problem. So we're going to create our embed here. We're just going to create it right away because it's going to be used in everything in this one. The description. No, we're going to go ahead and do this real quick. Let's actually get the, we're going to get the information from the database right away. So we can actually use that in the embed itself, since we're doing embed right away as well. And there we go. So if no data, and let's go ahead. We're going to go through this again. We're going to set the color. We're going to set the timestamp. Let's close it off. And we're going to get it to where it sends it. And then we're going to do our else statement. We're going to create the next embed. It's going to be the same embed. Like I mentioned prior, there is easier ways to do this, but I'm just doing this so you guys can get it. It's formatting kind of, you know, embedded into your heads a little bit. It helps. And then we're going to do our timestamp, and we're going to send it here. And let's go ahead and close this off. This is pretty much it. Okay, so it is erroring. Let's see where the issue is. It's expecting a comma. What? Expecting a comma? Let me close this up really quick. This is driving me nuts. Expecting a comma here. Oh, I see it. It's not expecting a comma. It's a parenthesis. Come on, man. Fun stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and register. This is a new command as well. Remember, always register with this command handler every time you make a new command or edit the builder of the command. Okay, we actually didn't. It crashed. Why? Okay, we needed to define data. I don't know how that slipped past me. So let's define data. Yeah, that should be good. Let's go ahead and add in as well the auth ID person. So basically the person that is the purchaser or owner of the premium subscription or status. And we're going to grab them like this. Okay, let's head over to Discord really quick, and we're going to run the command. This should work appropriately. Let's see, so it's /prim check. And there's nothing with it, that's it. Oh, okay, something's actually wrong with it. So let's go ahead and find out what's going on with it. Let's head back to Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's see. What's the error? Client.db is not a function. What? Client.db is not a function. Yeah, I'm passing client. Okay, it's .prepare. Let's see. So this should work. Took away data. Let me just make sure. All right, so I actually had to pause really quick. It's actually interaction.guild.id. I do not know how that passed me. That's, yeah, rookie mistake. It happens. So let's go ahead. We're going to run the command here. And, okay, so it's still giving an issue. So we're going to see what the issue is. And let's head over to VS Code. All right, so data is not defined. So interaction.guild.id did not like that. Let's see. We're going to try this now. And there we go. It is saying that the ID is undefined for the person. So it is actually checking, it is pulling it, saying they're premium, but it is failing on that check. So let's go ahead. We're actually going to see why. Let's see. So it's actually not liking that. We're actually just going to grab it from the cache. I figured that would work. You know, I'm just trying it out. That didn't work, but let's grab it from the cache. I know for a fact that will work. So we're going to do get username. And this should also at them. It's not going to actually mention them, but it will at them and make them clickable. So let's go ahead. We're going to run the command again. And let's go hop over into Discord and get this tried out. All right, so we're running the command here, and there we go. You can see YouTube is the premium auth ID, and when you hover them, it does show the profile as well. If you guys do have any questions, make sure you join my Discord. You can post them, ask pretty much anybody in there. It's a really helpful community, and I'll see you on the next video.